give KSI any chance against Tommy?
No, not at all. See you, mate.
Good to see you, mate.
No, I don't think so. I think KSI is not as good as Jake Paul, and I don't think, I mean, like, he's as good as him. So sorry, refrain from me saying I think he's as good as him. I just don't think he's as big as him. So Jake Paul's a bigger, stronger athlete than KSI is naturally. I think KSI would probably be like a 160 if he was actually wanting to fight properly. And Tommy's a big lump, and he wasn't even as big as Jake Paul. So it's just going to be like. It's an easier fight, in my opinion.
It is a big step up. He's not supposed to win. He's not supposed to win. JJ is not supposed to beat Tommy Fury. I mean, if anyone says otherwise, they're lying. Do you know what I mean? He's the underdog. He loves being the underdog, though. He loves being in a position where someone says, you can't do it, you never do it. So can you do it? And with him in that mentality, I believe he would do it. Like, I think he can. Because he's got the power, he's got the speed, he's got the athleticism. If the fight goes to points, then I do see it in favour of Tommy. But any less than that, JJ.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've been prepping himself for this camp with a lot of sparring, and this is why I'm so confident that he's going to be knocking Tommy Fury out on October the 14th. Because if KSI is able to cope what I'm putting on him, I'm not holding back in sparring. I'm literally going there if we can take his head off. Tommy is going to be in for a shock.
What is it that impresses you the most about KSI when you've had those sparring sessions and training alongside him as well?
He's got heart. He's heart and driven to the sport, and his dedication to it is motivating myself as well. So that's what's shocking me the most with him. He's just keen, and he's keen to do it, and he's always looking for any mistakes he's made, and he's looking to correct those mistakes. So he's taking this really serious.
It's not a foregone conclusion. The kid can have a fight. I've watched him. And at the end of the day, we're putting in a full camp. And we might as well be fighting for the 13 stone championship of the world, because that's what we're training for. And at the end of the day, I don't overlook KSI. The kid can put his hands up. He knows how to fight. He's got a lot better. He's improved. So, yeah, we're training Tommy to do a demolition job on him, but will he fight back? Of course he will. Will he put up a fight? I'm expecting one. And if he's half the man in the ring as what he's in the press conference, well, we're set for a brilliant night, aren't we? Again.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he comes from a boxing family. I think he's a better fighter. And yeah, definitely, I think he's got the skill set, the power to knock out these influences. Look, you have to understand it. I think it's a mismatch, really, because look, he's the fighter. He's been doing it from when he was young. So yeah, I mean, look, I think this is where I think these influences can get hurt one day when they're taking big risky fights against like proper boxers. They're gonna end up getting hurt.
I'm watching. And I have intention about watching that. I'm with the KSI, man. I with any YouTuber. Like
YouTube supports YouTube, man. We're one team.
Yeah, man, give me that. Yeah, always I support any YouTuber boxing. So I'm with KSI, and KSI will smash his face.
I just think Tommy Fury will absolutely batter him. I think KSI hasn't got any idea. I think he's bitten off way more than he can chew. I don't think he understands. From what I've seen of KSI, it's fine, but he's not. Yeah, Tommy's actually been doing it his whole life, and I know Jake Paul, had him over and gave him a decent fight, but I think Jake Paul's 10 times better than KSI. That's the thing. I don't think KSI could touch Jake Paul in a boxing ring. I just think Tommy's levels above both of them. So I just see Tommy laying him out as quickly as possible. As soon as he wants to do it, he'll do it. That's how I see it. Look, I might be proven wrong. I don't understand why KSI's taking the fight. To be honest, he's going to get knocked out. So, fair play to him for taking it, but he's definitely going to get knocked out.
KSI is going to get exposed and dominated. That's just my opinion. From what I see, I mean, kudos for KSI taking that fight. He didn't have to take that fight, but kudos to him actually taking that fight.
Well, you think he's going to dominate Tommy Fury?
No, Tommy's going to dominate him.
Yeah, I think proper preparation. Before I was trying to squeeze in a camp into 7 weeks, was sick, tried to push past a bunch of things going on in my life, and there's no shortcuts in this sport, and I tried to take shortcuts, and I think that was the biggest lesson overall, and just having the best team around me to push me and to protect me as much as possible.
Most definitely, and I know that KSI has you on this win against Nate Diaz. Do you also have his back with the Tommy Fury fight? Do you see him winning that, or what do you see happening?
No, I think he's going to get knocked out by Tommy in less than 5 rounds.
All right, last question.
KSI is the underdog. He enjoys being the underdog more than anything else. That's where he performs best. He had no business beating an athletic, incredible, kid who outweighed him in Logan Paul. Outweighed him by quite a bit. A natural athlete from school, JJ. Look at him 10 years ago with his glasses, playing FIFA, and you tell me that this guy would beat Logan. His will to win is second to none. His determination, his work rate, his work ethic, and he applies it to anything he's passionate about, and he's very passionate about boxing. So he's gonna be a tough night for anyone right now in that realm.
And as you said, he will come in as a big underdog. Just lastly, make me and the fans understand what it is that you believe KSI brings to the ring that gives you the confidence that in consecutive order he's going to be a former international champion in Fournier and then take on the guy who beats Jake Paul in Tommy Fury. What does he have? What can he do that Jake Paul can't do? And what does he do against Fournier that other traditional boxers couldn't do?
He doesn't have an ounce of doubt. His self-belief is second to none. I've never met someone who believes and manifests what he wants to do, because not just, look, I could sit there and meditate and say, hey, I want to be Mr. X, I want to fly, I want to do this and that. You're not going to do it unless you put the work in. This kid thinks about it. He manifests it by putting in the work, and he doesn't miss a single session. He doesn't, oh, you know what, tonight I'm going to chill, I'm going to party, I'm going to have a drink. He doesn't do that. He's here to cement his legacy, and part of his overall legacy is this.
Ah man, I think Tommy beats him because of Tommy's experience, his background in boxing, comes from a family of boxing. I think KSI would win if he gets a lucky punch, but I do think Tommy has the better experience, and experience can go a long way in boxing, especially when it's been that long. He's been doing it since he was a kid, so as YouTubers, we got a lot of years to catch up with these pros. I know people say he's obviously not the greatest in pro boxing, but at the end of the day, he's still been doing it since he's a kid. There's a lot of skills, tips and tricks he knows since he's a kid that we haven't had enough time to catch up, in my opinion. So if KSI can land a lucky shot, then he wins.
Ooh, it's a tough matchup. When I saw Tommy Fury, bruv, he was big. He was a big bloke, and he fought a light heavyweight. But it should be a good fight, man. Who's the better boxer? Tommy Fury. Who's got the more devastating power? JJ. It's a good matchup, man. So I'm excited to see how that pans out.
Good fight. I mean, I've got some people didn't like the other day that I said we've got to boot influencer boxing as far away from boxing as possible. Not get rid of it, just disassociate ourselves. Well, distance is a better word to say that's entertainment. We're real boxing, but that actually starts to move closer to the real boxing movement. I think KSI has done unbelievably well. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him outside of the ring because I think he's a super smart guy. But I actually have a lot of respect for him in the ring now because he's actually stepping up his opposition and he believes in himself. And Tommy Fury, although he's not going to go on and becoming anything in professional boxing, he's at least a professional boxer in my eyes, and can box. And well done to Tommy Fury. He's absolutely swum the channel. He's making millions. What is it, an 8-rounder? Is it? 6? 8? I mean, he's boxed Jake Paul, he's boxed KSI. He's probably make 10 mil for the two in 2 8-rounders. Congratulations. Smart geezer.
KSI beats him. What for Tommy Fury?
Slightly embarrassing, I guess, from his pedigree. But KSI's he's improving a lot. It can happen. I mean, Jake Paul nearly beat Tommy Fury. It's only a round or two in it. So I think it's going to be a good fight. It's going to do massive numbers, and it's live on DAZN.
What do you make of that? Because you weren't overly impressed with KSI when you were in there with him. Tommy Fury, for all his faults, is a professional boxer. He has been around the sport.
Yeah, I think Tommy Fury's a level above. Yeah.
Bye.